American media in motion for Biafra matters as BRGIE noise now hitting the world powers. Here are the news in details. Wonderful people of Biafra, lovers of freedom all over the world, you are welcome to Biafra Unite channel /television this very moment. Today's date is 25th of June 2024, and I have a very important information for every one of you listening to my voice right now from where you are all over the world. Dear friends and lovers of freedom, I want you to pay very good attention to this very news, because it's very, very important. I can assure you, my people, the LA Weekly News is now reporting the Biafra matters, and I want to shock you with the names and the people you are going to see on this very news. So I don't want to waste your time. Let us delve straight and read the news in details. And as you can see, this is from LA Weekly. LA Weekly, those of you that live in America listening to me right now, I am very, very certain that you know the media platform. Now, according to the headline, they said, Biafrans, a people in diaspora looking for a home to call their own. Wow. When I saw the headline, I nearly shed tears. Let me not lie. I nearly shed tears. Do you understand it? A people in diaspora longing for a home to call their own. To call their own. Wow. That's to show you that they know exactly. The world is aware of the Biafran plight. The world knows what is happening. But when you are working with some group of criminal elements who do not understand what freedom fighting is all about, they will be there talking rubbish. They will be there talking nonsense. But when you work with professionals, those who have studied, those that know history, those who know what they want, they will be pulling the strings from all angles. And before you know it, the story is everywhere. Now let us read in details and understand what they said. For hundreds and even thousands of years, Africa has borne witness to huge moments in human history. Current scientific evidence points to Africa as the cradle of humankind. And why there is debate on where exactly in Africa humans first emerged, the continent still plays a central role in the origin of the human race. Africa is also a land of turmoil, with the West and East African slave trade unleashing huge devastation on the continent's people. Various colonial empires partitioned Africa among themselves, while the remaining local kingdoms waged war against each other. Ethnic and religious conflict persist even in the post-colonial era. Wow. So they know these things. They really know these things. Okay, let's continue. What is currently known as Nigeria was a British colonial project, having amalgamated its holdings in West Africa in 1914. By 1960, with the British Empire in decline, Nigeria gained its independence. Due to the fact that Nigeria was an arbitrary creation of the British, lumping together more than 250 ethnic groups speaking over 500 languages, ethnic and religious tensions persisted throughout the post-independence era. Northern Nigeria is mostly Muslims, with the Hausa people as the largest ethnic group. The south is mostly Christian, with some traditional religions. The Yoruba people are found mostly in the southwest, while the Igbo people are mostly in the southeast, particularly in a region called Biafra. In the 1960s, anti-Igbo sentiment in the north and west forced many of them to flee towards the southeast regions, where they were safer due to the larger number of Igbo. However, tensions remained and violence flared up multiple times, and Chukwuemeka Odumegwu, governor of the Nigeria's eastern region, declared the region as an independent state known as the Republic of Biafra. This kicked off the Nigeria Civil War, which lasted from 1967 to 1970. Biafra, which was recognized by several African countries and supported by allies in Africa and Europe, was gripped by famine due to a near total military blockade, causing millions of deaths. In 1970, the Biafran government surrendered and the republic was reabsorbed into Nigeria. While the Nigerian government promised that there will be no victor and no vanquished at the end of the civil war, many Biafrans feel that the government has not followed through on this promise. Ever since the end of the war, the Igbo people were mostly excluded from power in the federal Nigeria government, with no Igbo becoming Nigeria head of state since 1960. Development projects were much scarcer in the Biafra region. Despite the rich natural resources provided by the Niger River Delta, significant oil deposits, and the major city of Port Harcourt. More than 50 years since the end of the Nigeria Civil War, the continuing ethno-religious tensions and underdevelopment in the region have resulted in a Biafran diaspora with millions of Biafrans leaving Nigeria for a better life overseas. In the United States alone, there are 4 million Biafrans. Despite the country no longer existing for over 5 decades, the dream of an independent state still remains, with a Biafra Republic government in exile, BRGIE, declared in 2023, with Finland-based Simon Jokwekpa as its prime minister, along with 200 cabinet ministers and liaison offices in many different countries, especially those with significant Biafran populations. Back in Nigeria, back in the zoo, Biafrans have been holding civil disobedience campaigns in protest. Wow. According to ECPA, the BRGIE has organized a referendum which began on February 1st, 2024, to gain the consent of the Biafra people to work towards Biafra's independence from Nigeria. A Biafra convention will also be held in Finland later this year. He adds that once Biafra has obtained independence, the government in exile will be dissolved and elections will be held for a new government. Odogu. In an independent Biafra, ECPA envisions a democratic form of government where people are treated equally and no ethnic group is marginalized. He also proposes a digital national identification system and database, which he believes can help control a rampant crime rate that is plaguing virtually the entirety of Nigeria. Digital technology can also help minimize fraud in areas such as voting and educational credentials. ECPA believes that a larger portion of the Biafra diaspora will be encouraged to return to their homeland once it becomes independent, bringing the education, skills, and resources they obtain abroad to Biafra and help in the country's development. Having seen the advanced public welfare and governance system in Finland, ECPA hopes to emulate that system in Biafra. Just as Africa is the birthplace of human civilization, we want to help create a better civilization in Africa with Biafra, ECPA says. The country we are looking for is a country that every Biafran will be proud of. I have not been to Nigeria for the past 15 years, and there are many members of the Biafra diaspora who are not set foot in their homeland for even longer out of fear for their safety. However, our hearts are always present there, perhaps even more so than many Nigerians who travel back to their country every year. Wow. Wow. How do I start this analysis? How do I start analyzing this? This is humongous. This is astronomical. I don't know which word to use to qualify this. This is very, very huge, I can assure you. So my people, I don't even have to analyze anything. Yes, I don't have to analyze it. You can see with your own eyes that we are going home. This is from the LA Weekly, LA, Los Angeles. Of course, Los Angeles is located in California. California is one of the richest states in America. One of the richest states in America. So when a people like this begin to talk about you, begin to report about you, Biafrans, America will start the move and others will follow. Bear it in mind that once America starts the move, others will fall in place. Others will follow. And of course, I cannot forget or fail to mention the roles that the Finland and Finnish government have played and continue to play towards the actualization of the independent state of Biafra. So I don't have to continue the analysis. You have seen it. They have told you the people that are currently, piloting the affairs of Biafra. They have told you that we already have a government. They have also told you that we are coming to Finland at the end of this year by December 2nd for the declaration of Biafra. And they have also told you the kind of country we are looking for. So there is nothing to analyze anymore. It is plain. And this is just the beginning. Before the declaration of Biafra in December, a lot of things are going to happen. And of course, moving forward after the declaration, no be me go tell you what thing will happen, because you are going to see everything with your own eyes. And don't forget that we are coming live this very evening to come and do some necessary thing. You know our time. You know our time. 7 p.m. Biafra time. Thank you, my people. To salo numozia and make it go viral.